Hey, welcome to today's Daily Dose. I'm Eric Watson of Team Watson out of Bowie, Maryland, where we promote wealth, wellness, and wine. And the wealth is all about a wealthy mindset so we can leave our families with a bit of finance as we move on. And wellness is all about keeping closely in mind those things that we put in and around our bodies so that we can live longer, healthier lives so we don't move on quite as quickly. But we also enjoy a good glass of wine from time to time so we can just sit around and enjoy each other's company and have some grown folks conversation. How about that? So Wealth, Wellness, and Wine with Eric and Tammy Watson on our Facebook page. That's where you can reach us. Or on my personal Facebook page at Eric Watson. And I have to give a special thank you out to those who allow me to share on a regular basis. First and foremost, Reverend Franklin Morris of WVTC Radio. That's Victory Through Christ Radio out of Chicago, Illinois. He has a dynamic and strong gospel programming. You need to check him out, WVTCradio.com. You can also reach him on his Google app and his Apple iPhone app. So check them out. They're in multiple countries and growing at the rapid rate. I also have to give special thanks out to my good friend and fellow Syracuse alum, Roland Big Bubba Grimes of Roland Grimes Media out of Suitland, Maryland, where he's growing, doing big things as well. Just transition studios, about to go mobile, so he's doing it big. So looking at both of you all giving thanks, and hope to grow with both of you. With that, I have to say, as I say every day, that I am yet again blessed to be blessed. And I consider this the greatest day of my life because I was allowed yet again to get up, walk amongst the living, take yet another breath, and more importantly, able to share with each and every one of you, because I think it's very important, and I think it's a blessing that I can share, because hopefully I can positively impact someone with something that is said today. And I always feel that if I can touch but one, in the course of my day, if I can touch but one person, then my job is done. So I hope to hopefully positively influence at least one person out there. All right. So with that, let's get into today's Daily Dose, which is by a young lady named Mary Lou Retton. And for those of you who do not know who Mary Lou Retton is, she's a retired American gymnast. And a little fun fact about her is that the 84 Summer Olympics, she won a gold medal in the individual all-around competition, as well as 2 silver medals and 2 bronze medals. So she was really doing it up in 84. But what Mary Lou Retton said was, rather than focusing on the obstacle in your path, focus on the bridge over the obstacle. Again, rather than focusing on the obstacle in your path, focus on the bridge over the obstacle. And I think oftentimes we run into situations where we're on a path and we're trying to achieve something and we're reaching towards goals, and we see that there's an obstacle and we get all in a tizzy because we have this obstacle in our way, and we get so focused and locked in on the fact that there's an obstacle in our way, and we get locked in on the fact that or on the thought that we can't get around this obstacle. This is something that is going to prohibit me from achieving my goals. But if we take a step back, take a deep breath, do our analysis of the situation, look around, more times than not, we'll find that there is a bridge over that obstacle. There's a solution. So instead of getting so locked in and so engaged in the problem, I mean, you have to take the problem into account. But if you do your analysis, you'll often find, more often than not, you'll find that there is a solution to the problem. Now, does it take you off your beaten path? Probably. Is it going to take maybe a little more time to achieve what you're trying to achieve? Maybe. But there is a solution. And instead of letting that obstacle stop us in our tracks and put us in a situation where we give up on what we were trying to achieve, we have to do our analysis, look at the situation for what it is, and understand that most times there is a bridge over that obstacle. So let's not focus so much on that obstacle. Let's look at the obstacle for what it is. All right? Do our analysis, look at it, and understand that there is a way around. There is something that we can do to help ourselves with regard to that obstacle. All right? So if it's something with regard to physical conditioning, all right, you feel like you want to achieve a certain level of physical conditioning, but you have a setback, you have an injury, right? Okay, that's not going to stop you from achieving your level of physical conditioning. It may slow you down. You're going to have to work around. You're going to have to find other exercises. You're going to have to find other ways to achieve that physical fitness until you get beyond that injury, right? If it's financial or business, if you feel like you are trying to achieve a certain level of finance, if you're not quite getting there the way you can, or you lose your job, are you just going to give up on your financial hopes, dreams, and aspirations? Or are you going to look at the bridge over the obstacle, find another job? All right? Look at another source of income. All right? And that's why I always talk about multiple streams of income, because that way your bridge is already in place, right? But you have to look at a situation for what you can do and not get so locked in on what you can't do. All right? Don't look at the problem so much. Look at the problem, do your analysis, but then look at the bridge over that problem. All right? So, as always, I want to hear from each and every one of you. What do you think about what Miss Mary Lou Retton had to say? And again, she said, rather than focusing on the obstacle in your path, focus on the bridge over the obstacle. All right? Are you all focusing on that bridge over the obstacle? Has something stopped you in your tracks where you feel like you cannot get around this obstacle? Is that a situation where you can actually take a step back, do your analysis, and then find that bridge? I want to hear from each and every one of you. Let me know what you think. Mm-hmm. Stick your head in Wealth, Wellness, and Wine with Eric and Tammy Watson, or on my Facebook page, and just let me know what you think. How do you approach obstacles in your path when you're trying to achieve some type of hope, dream, goal, aspiration, whatever the case may be? How do you approach those situations? All right. So again, drop us a line. Let me know what you think, and let me know what you feel about Miss Mary Lou Retton's quote. All right. And I have to give my special thanks to all those who joined me this morning, and special thank you out to my good friend Alan Latney, business partner out there. Hey, thank you so much for joining me, brother. El Maurice Young, Senior, good friend of mine, fraternity brother. Thank you for joining me. Angela Lee, hey, thank you for joining me. My wife, Old Faithful. I didn't mean old in the respect of old, but Old Faithful. You know what I mean. My wife Tammy, thank you for joining me. Rhonda Gainey, sis, what's going on with you? Good morning, and good morning to you. Jonathan Tate, thank you for joining me. Maria Peoples, thank you for joining me. And my wife Tammy said, totally agree. When we focus on the obstacle, all we do is create more obstacles. When we focus on what we want, we begin to attract that which we desire. Yes, absolutely. You know what? That's why I keep her around. Smart woman she is. Thank you so much, Tam, for that comment there. Shanita Scott Connolly, thank you so much for joining me. Frederick Lee, Thank you for joining me. And Shanita Scott Conley, good morning to you. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I want to wish everyone a blessed and prosperous day. Until we meet again, bye-bye.